with the Broodlings, there's just nothing that the Protoss can do if they blink under that.
Yeah.
And you know, with the cooldown of a blink, once you blink in, you don't blink out. It's too late. You lose all your stuff. So that's that. We're going into game number 3 here. This series was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. This last game is going to be good, Tastes, because it's on Metropolis, and these games are always long unless a Sentry Immortal Push ends it. So
that's true. So we're going to throw that up on screen for you. Game number 3 here. And again, it's such a good series so far between these two guys. In the bottom center, perhaps the most popular Zerg in the world. Give it up for NesTea. Top and center, the underdog who is blowing me away. He's so solid, so good. Somebody get this guy to come out to Korea. Give it up for Feast.
So Metropolis, Tasteless. This is a map where a lot of the time we see the Protoss do that 2-base all-in with a lot of Immortals and a lot of Sentries. And will we see that here today?
You know, it's hard to say. Feast really knows what he's doing. I think this guy watches a lot of the top Grand Pro players, you know.
Oh, certainly.
He's just so calculated, so smart. We got pool first here.
Yeah, pretty standard. Now, if that doesn't happen, this game should go really long. Metropolis is not a map where it's easy to kill your opponent. It's unbelievably long, especially in these spots. And it's got so many tiny choke points that the defender really has a great advantage when you funnel up into there.
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, on this map, there's really only 2 lanes. There's this one and this one down here. So, you know, you got to be careful because when that happens, you know, excuse me, actually I meant this one over here. I was watching that, I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't look right. These expansion ones are, of course, you know, you can go around here, but it's the same principle where you can be forced with it off. That's why the Immortal Push is so powerful, isolating units, and then, you know, force them into situations they don't want to be. It can be tough. So we got a Forge, a Nexus build coming in over here. Meanwhile, Zerg, we're probably going to see him take a 3rd base here. It's Wipe with the pylon over here to try to delay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, NesTea will kill that off and go ahead and most likely make his 3rd Nexus, or his 3rd command center. No, his 3rd hatchery. But I wonder if NesTea would think about mixing it up in this scenario. You know, he didn't kill the probe off, so definitely not, though. I mean, if the probe scouts you trying to do an all-in, you'll never break Protoss. You have to catch him off guard as Sir. Yeah,
you're definitely right. Yeah, the probe got away. No way in hell. Can he get away with any sneaky stuff? That probe is just going to have too much information. And even then, no way to deny another probe from leaving. Probably not a good choice. So, Nexus is going to finish. Meanwhile, Feast, rather, getting 2 gases. I think we could see an all-in. I think the one where you make the pylon here, right about there, send a Void Raider to him.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Warp it on the high ground, and then push here. So good.
It's a good one. Well, we'll see, man. We're going to see what Feast wants to do pretty quickly coming up here by whether he gets +1 attack, whether he gets additional gases, you know, what he's actually going for. And this, of course, is also a good map for the Sentry drop on top of the ramp. Can't forget about that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I wasn't thinking about that. Sentry drop, so good.
You like that build.
I love it. It's dirty, man. I love the Sentry drop builds,
You
actually.
love dirty builds.
I do. That build, of course, you put the Warp Prism up here, unload either 3 Sentries and a Zealot or 4 Sentries, force build the ramp, then warp in Zealots, and just start powering into the main. The variation of that is where was when you see the army go up the ramp like this, then you just put the Warp Prism over here, force field the ramp, trapping everything into the main, hit the space.
Yeah.
Tough to stop.
Yeah, it's a tough one to stop indeed, but you know, at this point, every Zerg has had a lot of practice against it, so we'll see. Now we do have +1 being researched for Feast, so this still could be quite anything. He's making a Sentry, has only 1 Zealot. If he throws up a couple gases here in a second, like I expect him to, I think we're likely to see the Sentry Immortal Push.
Yeah, and the Sentry Immortal push, again, the other build we talked about earlier, so good. What's up?
You know what, we might go ahead and see the +2 Blink Stalker with a lot of sentries. That's
another good one.
It's a very strong 2-base all-in, and the fact that he doesn't have a Robo up next kind of leads me to think that, but we should be seeing the Twilight in a second if that's his choice.
Yeah, any minute now, actually any second now, we will see the tech. We can't just sit here and get gas and minerals on this and
no, that would be weird.
Expect it to be anything because there's just too much gas there.
Yeah. Well, he's not getting anything yet.
We're waiting. Layer on the way here. Let's check the drone count. About 46 or 47 drones to 43 probes.
And he's going to hit 50 something before he really does anything. Getting his Roachmorn just now.
I am still confused, Artosis. Is he waiting for the Overlord to die before guaranteeing the attack or what?
You know,
here we go, Twilight Council.
All right, there you go. All right, so we should be seeing. Well, that's kind of a late Twilight Council to continue into +2 attack, which is
that's a good point.
A bit befuddling. Normally, you line that up a little bit.
Do you think he thought he made it, and then later on discovered? I think it could be just a little glitch.
Could be something very simple like that, because I mean, you don't normally get Twilight and then +1 armor. That just things aren't lining up at that point.
Right.
So we should see +2 attacks started pretty quickly here.
Yeah, as this completes, let's see. Yes, +2 attack.
All right,
but this might mess up the timing of his build. He is going for that blink build.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Artosis. You know, against somebody like NesTea, you have to have a really well mapped out build because NesTea really doesn't have any hiccups in his play. Very rarely do we say, well, NesTea is forgetting to make drones.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't.
At the worst, we'll say NesTea's not pushing his creep on all of the map.
Yeah, that's pretty much right. And in fact, he's just pushing that creep out of his third like he always seems to do. But, you know, Blink and that +2 on the way. Already 7 sentries out. Feast is setting up this build beautifully. This is going to be really hard to stop. This is, you know, it's one of the hardest all-ins to stop because by the time, you know, you spend a lot of gas on sentries, but by the time the sentry energy's gone, you have so many stalkers with Blink and +2 attack. But now NesTea scouting this out. Will he figure out exactly what's going on?
He will now when he sees the chrono boost here on the Twilight. Now, you know, one of the problems here, there's really not a lot that Zerg can do against force fields. If you get a few good force fields up, you chisel off the army. It looks like NesTea is interested in maybe trying to do a counter here in case a third's being taken. Problem is that a third is not being taken, but you know what? No sentries here. Maybe he can do enough damage. We'll see.
Well, right before the attack begins, Stasis, we have a very special person in this audience today. David Kim is here.
David Kim is here. Make some noise, guys.
He's why we get to see all 3 races win tournaments.
This is true. Okay, now hold. All right, we have the counter attack over here. No sentries, probes evacuating.
Oh, wow.
Stalkers, sentries.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Beautiful unburrow by NesTea, completely foiling the well-laid plans here of Feast. NesTea with a brilliant move.
Hitting really hard here, but this base not really well defended. 1 sentry or not enough energy. The pylons are going to go down. Roach is coming out. The Protoss army pretty badly bruised, spilling into the main. Now he can hit the probes. By the way, Protoss, okay, that's it. GG. Wow.
NesTea with the fast burrow upgrade, just destroying.
We haven't seen him do that before.
Well, this goes back a little bit to what you were saying before about having to have a really sharp build against someone like NesTea. You know, Burrow is the bane of a big sentry push without, you know, without a robo. So.
Burrow negates the power of force field.
Yeah.
Because what, you know, when you're doing these force field pushes, whether it's with Immortals or with Stalkers and Zealots.
He set a trap for Feast.
Yeah, exactly.
A bear trap. And the bear trap got Feast on the neck. Normally it gets you on the leg, Tasteless.
You can see NesTea smiling after that game, playing so well. But, you know, back to what I was saying, you know, he's able to force him into such a bad position by popping up like that. Force fields don't matter if the Zerg army's on top of you.
Yeah.
Really nicely played. Also, of course, Feast had a few hiccups in his build, so it didn't streamline out, so NesTea was able to abuse that. Really impressive stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that was so well done, man. NesTea with that victory, but Feast played so well as well. I hope that Feast still has a chance to go through, man, especially after, you know, 2
I want to see
close
Feast in Korea.
losses against.
That's what I want.
Well, I actually just want to see everyone in Korea.
Wouldn't that be
It's
nice?
not big enough, though. I'm sorry. Some of you guys have to stay here.
No, but seriously, I'd love to see Feast to try out for a GSL because he plays like a Korean. He has a wide array of builds, so it's not like he's a one-trick pony or something. He has a lot of different ways to approach the game. He clearly is okay playing on a stage with all these people here because he beat NesTea in one game, almost beat him in the second, and I think if that build was timed out a little bit better, he could have beat him in the third.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. We'll never know. Not until he comes to Korea, so we'll have to see. By the way, guys, it's been a real treat to be out here in Germany. We're loving it. It's only here on day number 2 as far as the tournament. Day number 1 for us.
Yeah. 3 days left. I'm so excited.
I know.
I think we have another best 3 still anyway, so the fun never stops, Tasis.
Never ends, Artosis. When we have the chance, we're going to get an interview, which I believe is going to be now. So, Jarrett or Jeremy, take it away. Or not. We're going to go there that in just a minute here. But yeah, we're going to sit tight. And okay, it looks like now we're going to get that interview up and running. So you know what? Let's try this again.
All right, do it.
Jarrett or Jeremy, take it away.
I am here with our winner, LG IEM NesTea. Give it up. Even claps for himself. Before coming here, had you ever heard of Millennium Feast before?
형이 여기 오기 전에 피스 선수 그 전에 들어봤는지요?
뭐가?
그 이름 피스 선수 들어봤는지요 그 전에?
아, 잘한다고 들었어요.
He heard of that he's really good.
What does he think of the level of Feast play and in general of the level of play of the foreigners at the event?
해외 선수들 게임 하는지 어떻게 생각하는지 얼마 잘하는지요? 실력 차이가.
뭐 굉장히 일단 그 상위권 선수들은 잘하는 것 같고 네, 앞으로도 굉장히 이제 어려운 싸움이 될 것 같아요. 외국 선수들이 너무 잘해서.
Where there are several names, several people who are really good, and actually the foreign people getting better and better. So it's going to be really tough. The competition going to be really tough.
And lastly, are you aware that Artosis has a man crush on you?
아토스 형 좋아한대요.
아르토시스? 아, 누구?
형도?
나도 좋아해.
He likes him as well.
Well, thank you very much. Good luck in the next game.